Excel has a number of techniques for quickly copying formats, not content, but formats. A couple of examples in this worksheet come to mind. One easy way certainly is to copy by first selecting the data in question. We want to copy the format of all of these cells to the lower ones we see here. One standard technique is to simply right-click and copy this. Now you could also press Control-C. And rather than highlighting all of this data here, we need only highlight the cell in the upper left-hand corner of the receiving area, right-click, and then under Paste Special, there is an option here for copying just the formatting. In the previewing we do see immediately, we'll simply choose formatting. So we've copied the formats, not the content. Content is obviously different in these cases. Now, a couple of other ideas too, though, and occasionally these are going to surprise you because they don't do always what you think. I'm going to, let's say on purpose, maybe we're having a meeting. I want this number to stand out a little bit, so maybe I will apply a different color background, something like that, just a slight difference. Now, sometimes you lose your train of thought or maybe a few days pass. You're thinking about something else. You say, I like the look of that. I think I'll copy that format into column A. Well, the primary visual feature that you might be thinking of is the color. So let's right-click and copy this and then highlight these cells and right-click and paste just the formats like we did before. Do it that way. And that seems to work just fine. You say, well, I'll do that over in column J as well, too. As long as these so-called marquee lights are visible, we can continue to paste repeatedly. And we're going to highlight these dates over here. Maybe we'll do the whole column anyway. Right-click, Paste Special, and we'll be doing the formatting as well. And, of course, the preview might stop you, but if you go ahead and click, I think you see what's happened here. We have copied the color for sure, but formatting really does mean not just colors, but all those various features that we see on the Home tab, not only fonts and those characteristics, but also alignment tools and formatting and numeric formatting and so on. So a lot has been copied here. I'm going to press Control-Z and reconsider different ways to do this. But if it's simply color, you might as well do this manually. In other words, figure out the color here and then apply that color to the other cells in question. Now, another technique for copying is pretty fast. It's called the Format Painter. How about these cells here? They look pretty good. Why don't we click the Format Painter and then simply click cell B10. Good enough. It's fast. It's easy. Once again, many times when we're copying, we're using a cluster of cells or a group of cells, and the receiving area is simply one cell. We might change all of these displayed numbers here to include dollar signs. Now, we could have done the group down below. Another way to copy formats is to drag with the right mouse button. So I'm going to drag this entire list here downward with the right mouse button, pop it on top of these numbers, and as I let go, there's a menu. Copy here as formats only. So a number of different techniques for copying. And again, making this a little bit contrived perhaps, but this cell has a certain color. I'm also going to make it bold and italic because I want it to stand out at the next meeting. I'll maybe double click here to make the column wider. Let's change the font as well, make it blue or something. Okay, we'd like to copy this to a few other selected cells. How might we do it? Double click Format Painter and then maybe click there, drag across these two cells. Obviously we got some column width adjustments to make. Drag across those two, and we can do this indefinitely until we press the Escape key. If you are familiar with this in Microsoft Word, it works the same way. So by double-clicking Format Painter, we are copying the cell that was active at that time into other locations, and we're only copying the format, of course. And eventually, when you're finished copying the format, you want to press Escape, and then the examples here will simply drag across the top, double-click, and we made the quick adjustment. So we are able to copy a format to multiple non-adjacent locations by double-clicking on the Format Painter. So quite a few different options for copying formats within and across different worksheets.